Assalamu alaikum. Just wanted to make a quick video about strawberry plants as a ground cover, um, which I think is a great option for many reasons. Obviously ground covers serve a lot of purpose apart just from obviously just covering the ground. They provide a barrier between the elements, such as the heat of the sun, even the cold. They regulate the soil temperatures, keep the soil moist and hydrated, so they prevent or minimize or slow down evaporation of moisture. They keep the soil nice and moist. And they suppress weeds for the most part, because weeds would have to compete against the ground covers. So if you have a vigorous ground cover, it'll overwhelm the weeds, and it'll just prevent them from establishing themselves around your trees or your garden. And I think strawberries are a perfect ground cover. They're very vigorous, easy to care for. I mean, this whole patch here, I planted a couple of years ago from only a few plants. I got a few different varieties, maybe 3-4 plants of different varieties, different sizes and flavors and ripening periods and so on. And they just keep spreading. Originally it was down there somewhere, just a few plants, and now look at it, it's a few square meters of just strawberries, and they're still traveling actually. And they're perfect around your trees. They really protect the base of your trees, keep them nice and moist and hydrated, keeps them cool in summer, and suppress all the weeds. And also strawberries are very productive. I mean, we've been eating from these for a while now. And you can see there's a lot of ripe fruit. There's a lot of just young berries that have just set, and at the same time the plants are still pumping out plenty of flowers. As you can see, there's plenty of flower production, and there's a lot of immature fruit, and at the same time there's a lot of nice ripe fruit to be had. Obviously they're very delicious, very nutritious, and there's a lot of there's no shortage of recipes or ways to consume strawberries, anywhere from eating them fresh. There you go. So juicy and delicious. They're never that juicy when you get them from the supermarkets. They're always a bit on the dry side. But yeah, you can eat them fresh, obviously. Put them in fruit salads, in smoothies, in all sorts of baked goods, such as cakes, as a garnish on pavlova cakes, and just maybe a classic Japanese strawberry cakes. Even a strawberry cheesecake is also delicious. Keep an eye for that one. Actually, the wife is going to bake a strawberry cheesecake, that is. which is delicious, just like everything she makes. So definitely keep an eye out for that recipe. But yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with strawberries as a ground cover. Even ornamental appeal, they look awesome. They stay green throughout the growing season, and you know, produce these beautiful, delicious, lovely red berries, which also look ornamental, and they're not too picky. I mean, the only thing I do with these is, well, not much actually. I don't even water them. They just absorb the moisture around the trees, and just rainwater. I do mulch though, not specifically for the strawberries. I just mulch the whole orchard in general. And what I do throw some mulch in and between the strawberries. I wouldn't smother them, but I'll just sort of lightly mulch around the strawberries, just to keep them fed that way and keep them moist and hydrated. But they love growing around trees, and they look better than just soil, in my opinion. They don't take too much away from the tree as well, because there's sort of they stick to the surface, and you know, they don't take too much nutrients away from the trees. The trees tend to be fine. This is around my five-way apple tree. It's been at the base of the apple tree for a couple of years now, and there's no problems at all with the apple. It's loving it, in fact. So they have a good relationship between each other, between the strawberries and the fruit trees. So they're easy, low maintenance, easy to care for, delicious, you know, pleasant to look at. The kids love them. You know, my kids, especially my little one, she loves foraging between the strawberries and the strawberry patch. She just comes out and just you know, picks whichever one she likes. She actually likes the green ones for some reason. She likes them crunchy rather than nice and ripe. But you know, all good. She can have whatever she likes. But yeah, I do recommend strawberries as a ground cover if you're not too sure, or you're not a big fan of other ground covers. Strawberries would be a perfect companion with any, especially fruit trees. I mean, obviously in a veggie garden that wouldn't be ideal, because they will compete against the veggies, and they will spread everywhere around the veggie patch. But around an orchard is absolutely fine. They're just perfect as an orchard ground cover. Yeah, just sort of, it's a plant to forget, and especially from my experience, you just plant a few strawberry plants of your choice, and pretty much once they establish themselves, you just let them go, and they just keep sending out suckers and just growing and expanding from there. You know, like I said, I planted it there near that mango a couple of years ago. That mango is only young. I planted it maybe, you know, the end of last season. But the excuse me, strawberries started from there, and now they've traveled all the way to here past the apple tree, and still going. Eventually they'll fill up this whole space here, and even in the walkway they're starting to move across, which is fine. I mean, I'll still use the walkway as normal. I'll just keep stepping on. They'll sort of you know, they might die wherever I'm stepping, but it doesn't matter. They'll just pop somewhere else. They're very vigorous. Eventually they'll find their way back to sort of this side, and I'm just going to let them grow around my trees. I might even transplant a few of these around my other fruit trees at the base of them. And I find they're good sort of, because they're competitive and they compete against weeds. You know, I get these sort of onion weeds popping up here and there, and they're very, if you know, onion weeds, it's a nightmare. You can't get rid of them, they just won't die. They're just a nightmare to deal with. As you can see here, there's a few of them around there, there. But where the strawberry patch is, there's no onion weeds. Not even one that I can see. Well, there is one there, but that's about it. Compared to other spots of my garden, they just pop up here and there, and they're very hard to deal with. So they do keep or suppress the onion weeds down to some extent, a fair bit. So that's another plus. But yeah, I reckon if you're looking for a good ground cover, delicious, nutritious, aesthetically appealing, easy to care for, low maintenance, then strawberries are your best friend. And I hope I was of some help. And if you did like what you're seeing, please give us a like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time, inshallah.